Hey, welcome to Math for All, where everyone can learn more about math. I'm Denise, and we are going to learn how to solve systems of equations using algebra, specifically using a method called substitution, because we will be substituting one equation into the other one. I'll show you how to do these with 3 examples of slightly increasing difficulty. But don't fear, we've got this. First, we'll tackle this system of equations. Y equals negative x plus 2 and y equals 3x plus 10. Remember in the last video, we graphed each of these and then found their intersection. We'll just do that algebraically now. So if y equals the first equation and y also equals the second equation, then you can see that those 2 equations have to equal each other. Easy enough. We'll set them equal to each other and then solve for x. Don't worry about the y yet. Negative x plus 2 equals 3x plus 10. We have to remember how to solve these. We've got to get those x's together on one side. I'll move this negative x over by adding x to both sides. For 2 equals 4x plus 10. It's a 2-step equation now. Subtract 10 from both sides. For negative 8 equals 4x. Divide by 4 here and here. Negative 2 equals x. Before, this would be our final answer, but now we have to find what y is. Go back to the original equations and pick the easiest one and put the x that we found into it. I'll choose the first one, y equals negative x plus 2. Put negative 2 in for x. For y equals negative 2 plus 2 is positive 2 plus 2, so y equals 4 for a final solution of negative 2, 4. I feel like that took what you already know but leveled it up. Good job. As you can imagine though, most of these will not be set up as neatly as that first one. We could have one that looks like this. X equals 3y plus 8 and negative 2x minus 5y equals negative 5. Eek! This isn't super pretty for us. But put on your algebra hat and take a look at something cool. If x equals 3y plus 8 and that same x is in the second equation, I can take this 3y plus 8 and substitute it in for x here. Important! Put that cloud in parentheses because whatever x is also gets multiplied by negative 2 here, and a parentheses will remind us to distribute. Let's write it out. Negative 2 parentheses 3y plus 8 end parentheses minus 5y equals negative 5. Notice that we have an equation with just y's in it. We can solve for that. Distribute negative 2 to get negative 6y minus 16 minus 5y equals negative 5. Add your like terms. Negative 11y minus 16 equals negative 5. Boy, that's a lot of negatives. Add 16 to both sides. Negative 11y equals 11. Divide by negative 11 for y equals negative 1. Superb! We're almost done here. We got to get that y into the easier equation to find the x. We'll use that first equation and put in negative 1 for y. X equals 3 times negative 1 plus 8. X equals negative 3 plus 8, so x equals 5. And the answer is 5, negative 1. I hope you see that this challenges our algebra skills and our attention to detail, but it's not so bad. I'd like to list the steps in solving these before we do our last example. Step 1, solve one of the equations for either variable if necessary. Pick a variable with a coefficient of 1 or negative 1. Step 2, put that equation into the other equation for the appropriate variable and, star this please, put it in parentheses. Step 3, solve for the one variable in your new equation, and then step 4, Don't forget to solve for the other variable to get your final answer. That's it. Let's use these steps to solve the hardest kind that they can throw at us. 4x minus 5y equals 2, and 2x minus y equals 4. Eek again, I can't substitute anything. Take a deep breath and look at our first step. Solve one of the equations for a variable, and we must choose wisely. Most of these will give us fraction nightmares, all of these with the numbers in front, but we'll pick this negative y here with the invisible -1 in front and solve for him. 2x minus y equals 4. We subtract 2x from both sides for -y equals -2x plus 4. To get a positive y, divide everything by -1. It just changes all the signs. For y equals 2x minus 4. Now we have an equivalent equation that can be plopped into the other one, which is step 2. 2x minus 4 is y, so we put it in here with parentheses. 4x minus 5 times parentheses 2x minus 4, and all that equals 2. On to step 3, solve. Distribute, but watch those signs, please. 4x minus 10x plus 20 equals 2. Simplifies to -6x plus 20 equals 2. Subtract 20, -6x equals -18. Divide by -6, and x equals 3. Step 4 is to get that y. I'll put our 3 in for x into the transformed equation of y equals 2 times 3 minus 4. Simplify to 6 minus 4, so y equals 2. For our final answer of 3, 2. Woohoo! Celebrate! Go you! You have learned the ins and outs of solving systems of equations using substitution. Just practice and it will get easier and easier. And then come back to learn more about math.